God. You said this was for me.
Yes.
You said prayer was for me. Supplication was for me. You said service was for me. Seeking you is for me. Having a kind heart. The fruits of the Spirit are for me, God. You said other things are not. It said first worship God with all your heart. That is the first commandment. Keep his commandments, and then you will be able to move into the season of restoration permanently. Not just temporarily, or you just backtrack, but permanently.
Amen.
So knowing that if it's not for God, and if it's not of God, it is for my demise. It's one of the simplest concepts that can sometimes be the hardest things to think about. You have to train yourself to say, is this of God? Is this for God? If not, I can't do it because I'm not ready for my demise yet. I can't do it because I got to stay in this season of restoration. I can't do it because I don't want to cut off myself from what God is still trying to show me. I have to follow what is for God.
Right.
He needs some people, you know, they used to say sold out for Jesus. He needs some people that remain sold out for Jesus. So that they can know what is for their demise. And when you know what's for your demise, you pray. You don't need to step over here up in it. You don't need to try to handle it because he said, I got this. He said, stop looking at people and thinking about what they've done to you. He said, it's not your job to keep account of what everybody else did against you because he is stepping in. He is the one that said, vengeance is mine. He said, judge not. So if you're doing all those things, that's not for you to do. And when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, guess where you're headed? Right to your demise. We'll walk over here. That's right to your demise.
Come on, walk that out.
So, what you want to remember is it for God? Is it of God? If not, then it is for my demise. And if I have this focus, this tunnel vision focus, where God says, I see she's blocked out everything. I see he's blocked out everything. I'm ready to block out everything. How many people in this room are ready to block out everything so they can get the full storehouse of blessings that are open to them? How many people understand that it's time to start blocking things out? Right here. Look to your left. That's God's got it. Look to your right. God's got it. So you don't need to do anything but look straight ahead down this tunnel for seeking that relationship with him. You cannot encounter your demise if you get this tunnel vision.
Yes. Say that again.
You cannot encounter your demise if you get the tunnel vision. Stay there. Get everything God has for you. Because from the day that you are born to the day that you leave this earth to your greater reward. I say greater reward because you will be in heaven with Jesus. So from the day you're born to the day that you reach your greater reward, you want to start having that tunnel vision. Teach your children to focus on what they need to. Help them when they go astray to see, I need to focus right here. There is nothing else in between. I don't need to look to my right and I don't need to look to my left. My enemies are falling to my right and my left because they are going towards their demise.
Amen.
I need to stay in this center lane because God's got it on my left, God's got it on my right, my front, back, side to side. It's nothing that he doesn't have.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Knowing that Jesus has all things.
Amen.
All things covered for you. He said it. He promised you. God is not a man that he should lie.
Amen.
He sent his son to help you.
Amen.
His only son. He could have been selfish, y'all.
Yes, he could have.
He could have said it hurts too much.
Right.
The way we on earth say, oh, it hurts so much when we don't have our children. When something happens to our children, he could have done that. But he said, no. I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. In order to do that, I have to send a helper down for you. And they're going to have to go through some things. But just like he raised Jesus from the dead, that's another form of restoration.
Yes, it is. Yes.
They were weeping outside of the tomb, thinking that Jesus was gone. And And then, when he raised him from the dead, he restored strength, faith, hope, everything that everyone thought was lost when he died on the cross.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So understanding that we, as a people, it's time for us to get that focus. It's time for us to get that personal relationship with God, see what he wants us to see. See what he wants to come out. As we're reading the Bible, we're not just reading it to read the scriptures. He said go back to the basics because it's something everybody missed.
Amen.
And how many of you know that I can read the Bible 100 times and each time get a new meaning and something different out of it? That's what he's waiting on you to do. Thank you. Thank you.